I just picked this one because I was like, yes, I want to see a plane get shot. Let's do it. What are we even watching? Welcome back, my delinquents, and hey YouTube. We are watching some pew 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 pew. It's pew 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 pew. It's pew 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 time, guys. Pew pew pew. And that means we're watching a gun video. Specifically Kentucky Ballistics 6x 20mm anti-tank rifle vs. jet fighter plane. Let's go.
Everybody, my name is Scooter, and today we are going to be flying a fighter jet. I've been training my whole life for this, and I'm super excited. Let's go. Okay, everybody, we're taking off in 3, 2, 1.
I'm way too aware that I'm on the crotch shot right now. Sorry, that's just so funny. I love his little skits.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics, and this here is my Lottie 20mm anti-tank gun. And today, I have a very tasty snack for it, a Polish fighter jet. So this is a Polish fighter jet. It's an Iskra TS-11, and I believe the last time this thing flew was in 2010, and then after that, I guess it was retired or somebody had a whoopsie. But now it is here in Kentucky, and today we're gonna see just how bulletproof this thing is and what would happen when we blast it with a 20mm anti-tank gun.
I wonder how much it cost to get him there. Like, it is only the middle of it, but still, it's quite impressive. But he gets the weirdest stuff, like, in his videos to shoot.
Now, the inside of this is actually still really cool. The glass actually opens. And as you can see in here, there's lots of gadgets and buttons and switches that I have no idea what they do. And then there's also a back seat, and there's also all kinds of little buttons and whatnot back there. It is in rough shape, but it's gonna serve its purpose for what we're gonna do with it today. Okay, well, we can't just have a fighter jet with nothing.
Of course, he's going to put something in it. That's how you know this video was expensive, because one of those things are expensive as hell. But yeah, I think it's better. It's in rough shape, because you'd feel bad if it was like a good shape, like fighter jet cockpit.
In it, and I figure since we have a zombie fighter jet, we should put a Ballistic Dummy Labs zombie torso in it. That's easier said than done. Oh, come on now, we'll feel it. Oh, bumped his head. Little straps on him here. All right, I got his straps on there. Now we just got to put his helmet on.
Feels too real, man.
Sure. Oh man, this head's already melting. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's get started. Okay, well, we're going to start out with something a lot smaller than 20mm, but it also begins with a 2. This is a 22 long rifle, and I'll be using
That is a tiny bullet. That is a funny gun.
this Heritage Rough Rider. All right, here we go. First shot.
Where the hell did that hit?
So it looks like a fighter jet is indeed 22 long rifle proof. So up next, we're gonna step it up to 9mm. This is my Glock 19 COA, and this is actually the exact Glock 19 that we torture tested, and it is still running just fine. And I'll be loaded up with some 124 grain 9mm Hydroshock. All right, here we go. I think we may have put a hole in that.
Oh, there we go. Aren't they supposed to take, like, bullets from, like, airplanes? Like, should a handgun really be able to stop it? Like, penetrate it, you know?
All right, it does appear that we put a hole in our jet with
Well, he's dead.
the 9mm. We've got a nice little hole right there. Okay, well, yeah, we got a little hole right there, but it looks like it missed him. So we're gonna switch gears real quick. This is a Smith & Wesson 37
Just switching the gears a little bit, just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
millimeter launcher, and I have an animal control flashbang round. Let's fire this inside the cab of the jet and see what happens. I don't really know what scenario this would be, but I'm excited about it.
I feel like he just really wanted to see what would happen.
Here we go. Oh!
I could see this happening in like a movie, like a spy movie. Like, this is great test footage for the next Mission Impossible. Like,
Oh dear!
oh yeah, that would hurt.
Oh, look at the smoke coming out of it. Oh! Uh-oh. There we go. Oh! Oh!
Crispy.
Yeah, that don't look good. Yeah, there really was no purpose behind that other than I thought it would be hilarious, and I was correct. So up next is going to be 45 ACP. I have a SIG 1911, and I'm loaded up with some 45 ACP 230 grain jacketed hollow points. Here we go. Oh!
And actually made the door. That's probably the worst possible thing. That's interesting though that can happen when shooting. That, I suppose it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that the door just opens. Like, that would be unfortunate while
So
flying.
as of right now, it's looking like that fighter jets are actually made out of pretty thin material. Who would have thought? So we hit right here, and oh, actually, there's actually some material right here that looks like it may have stopped or deflected that round. And Mr. Zombie looks okay. And there's no holes on the other side. I got a question for you. What is 20 divided by 2? The correct answer is 10 millimeter.
I don't know about that, but okay. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the weight, right? With airplanes, like in certain jets, they have to have certain weight, so it's really hard to make them like ammo proof because it's quite heavy, like bulletproof stuff, isn't it? I don't know. Don't quote me.
This is a Nighthawk Custom 1911 chambered in 10 millimeter, and this thing is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so excited to shoot it. I actually have not fired it yet, and I'll be loaded up with some 10 millimeter 200 grain jacketed hollow points. All right, here we go. Woo! I like that.
Damn. Ooh, got him.
So it appears we hit right here, and we definitely went through that. Let's take a look on the inside.
And
okay. So it does appear, if you look right here, it went into the zombie's arm, and then I guess it did make it somewhat into the zombie's cavity.
so he dead.
And again, we do not have any holes on the other side of this jet. So up next, we're gonna step it up in a big way. And
I don't know. I feel like once it penetrates the pilot, it's already failed, you know?
my favorite flavor of handgun, 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. And you may notice that it has an extra long grip. This is actually a double-handed 500 Magnum grip. This is made by Wood Street Grips. We already did a video on this, but they sent me a custom Kentucky Ballistics double-handed grip. It's absolutely ridiculous. Big thank you to them. Now, I'm gonna be loaded up with some 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum 350 grain jacketed hollow points.
I suppose that would be like helpful for people with big hands, right? Like if you need to hold a gun with like a big kick with both hands, but you got big hands, it would be difficult.
Oh.
Yeah, he burned.
So it looks like we have a fresh hole right there. Let's open this thing. There we go. And there's our hole. Oh, we blew through whatever this is. So it looks like we went through and we hit whatever this is, and it turned that 500 Magnum round
Someone in the comments that knows about airplanes is going to tell us what that is right now.
to a bunch of shrapnel. And it hit the zombie torso, but doesn't look like he got hit with anything very big. So now we are going to move on to a shotgun, but this isn't your average shotgun. This is an Ithaca 10 gauge semi-automatic shotgun with a 13-inch barrel. And I'm going to be loaded up with some 10 gauge turkey shot and then some 10 gauge double-aught buck. And these are 3.5-inch shells, and the double-aught buck has 18 pellets. Let's do the turkey shot first. And I'm going to actually aim for the glass this time. Here we go. Oh, wow, they had stopped it.
Oh.
Okay, well now let's go ahead and take a shot at the plane with the double-aught buck. Here we go. Oh!
So the glass is way more bullet point proof than the actual plane.
Well, it looks like the cockpit glass, or whatever this is, I guess it's Lexan maybe, it stopped the turkey shot. But the double-aught buck was a different story. We have a hole right here, a hole here, and we have several holes down here in the actual metal of the jet. Let's see what the inside looks like here. Definitely have some new holes. Still doesn't look like we went all the way through. And this dude, man, I guess he got hit in his side a little bit, but I don't see any kind of green ooze or anything. So I would say, man, I mean, he's still looking pretty good. I'm sure that he's been hit with some stuff like that right there. That's a piece of the double-aught buck. But as of right now, I mean, he really doesn't look that bad.
It's really like something hilarious about the idea of just having like bullet shrapnel just floating around in your cockpit.
And there are still no holes on the other side of this thing, and I'm not seeing anything. I'm kind of surprised. So now it is time to move on to just a couple rifles before we step it up to 20 millimeter. Up first is going to be the common 5.56. This is a Q Sugar Weasel, and I'm loaded up with some 62 grain TSX 5.56. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'll be very curious if that hit him, because it seems like fighter jets are pretty good at deflecting bullets. So we hit right here, this tiny little hole. Let's see what happened. I've got something here. I think this may be it. Got this little mark right there, and I can see a little line going through the back. So we do have a tiny little bulge on the other side of this fighter jet. So it's looking like we went through, kind of scooted behind the zombie torso, and then stopped on the other side.
That still looked like it would have hurt like a bitch. But it's weird that it's weird/interesting how it kind of like moves the bullet. It's not obviously straight through, because you get a bit of change through it, but it's not tons. In his other videos, like I suppose usually it's like dirt mounds and chairs and stuff. So.
Side. So up next is going to be the AK-47. This is my AK-47 Vepr, and this thing is going to be loaded up with one round of 7.62 by 39 full metal jacket. Okay, here we go.
Not belly. Ooh. Just jiggled him a little.
Okay, let's check this out. I'm actually starting to have a pretty hard time finding where my new hole is, but I'm pretty sure that is it right.
Same. I was like looking like where?
Right there. And it looks like after all of these rounds, all of the pistol calibers, the shotgun, the AR, the AK-47, finally we have a hit. Let's open this thing up. And as you can see here, whoa.
I was gonna say, like, they looked like it did the least damage, but look at him.
We do have a hit. Yeah, right there. And we have lots of shrapnel as well. So that's very odd. So yeah, I hit, where's that hole? Right there. So that makes sense. That's exactly where I was aiming. So we have a hit, but
it's one of the few guns that went straight through to him.
Did not make it all the way through the zombie torso, probably only about halfway, and we definitely did not make it through the other side of the jet. I'm actually pretty surprised with our results today. I figured most of these rounds would have hit the zombie, but for some reason, the jet has been breaking up these rounds pretty well and causing them to deflect. So the time has finally come to break out the Lottie anti-tank gun. And if you do not know what this is, it is a Finnish 20mm anti-tank rifle that is 7 foot long, weighs well over 100 pounds, is semi-automatic, and takes a 10-round mag. And the ammo that this
I'll never get over how huge some of his guns are.
thing uses is 20 by 138B. It's the same ammo that the Solarthon uses, and these projectiles range anywhere from 1,500 grains to over 2,300 grains. Today's projectile is around 1,543. Today's projectile is going to be around 1,543 grains and is going to be screaming at upwards of 3,000 feet per second. So we got our round in our magazine, and as you can see, it is quite large. It is the size of my head. One thing you never
That's ridiculously huge.
want to forget with your Lottie is to remove your muzzle brake cover. Now we just click this in right here.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would be good.
So first we've got to get this thing loaded. You have to crank it. Okay. So now to send my bolt home, there's a little grip safety right here. I squeeze that, and now we are ready to go. But before I shoot this thing, if you want to see more 20mm content in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Ooh. That's a big gun. Shot at him. It cut him in half, bro. Fuck. Poor zombie.
Okay. Let's go have a look at that. Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to say that it's pretty obvious where our new hole is. It's right there, and it is perfectly thumb-sized. Speaking of which, if you need some 4th of July festive attire, you need to check out my Just Put a Thumb in It 4th of July shirts, only available for a limited time. Link in the description down below. Now, let's have a look on the inside of this jet. I can go ahead and tell you, it's not looking too good in there. Before we open it, let's just take a look here.
And I've been lazy because I've been watching the video. Sorry, guys. I've been watching the pew. Sorry. But an ad inside of an ad. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell. Check out all the links below the Patreon and all my other channels. We have a gaming channel, an anime channel, or like Officer Erundel channel. Yay! I make lots of different kinds of bullshit. Pretty much. Yay! There we go. Our ad inside of an ad. Thanks, guys.
Here we have some green ooze right here on the glass. We have a chunk of something right there, and if you look through the glass, you can see that that divider is covered in green. There are several chunks on the dash, and it's hard to see.
Looks like a kid threw up everywhere.
But there's actually even a tiny piece all the way up here up front. And we 100% made it completely through the jet this time. That is a very big jagged hole, and then it looks like it went all the way through, and then we hit our berm right here, and there is a piece of something, I guess it's a piece of the jet, lodged into it. Also, we have green splatter on the railroad ties. Now let's have a look on the inside. And oh my, that's pretty gnarly. So
I have a feeling because we're keeping to the second cockpit, he's going to use the first cockpit for a different video. We'll see though.
Oh, okay, yep. I'm gonna say that that's not good. That's definitely not good. Went through right here, hit the zombie directly in the side.
I would never have guessed getting hit by an anti-tank rifle would be so damaging. Obviously not.
Blew completely through it, and then through the other side of the plane there. If you look up in here, there's all kinds of chunks and whatnot from the zombie, and there's just chunks of the zombie everywhere. It is insane how much green there is inside this now. I mean, it's all over this, all through here, all through the bottom, down here, all over the place, all over the dash, all over the top. There's even a rib all the way up here in the front. I mean, I know that 20mm is pretty powerful.
He'll never see his zombie wife ever again. I can't believe this was done to him. Oh no.
But I didn't really exactly understand just how powerful, and I think this is a pretty impressive display. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Okay, so now since this is an anti-material rifle, I'm gonna aim for the helmet. And this next shot is brought to you by STI. If you want to check them out, there's a link in the description down below.
Just moving it back. Ooh. That one made a spark. This has made me realize that a lot of like pilot movies need to show cockpits blowing off more often and stuff. I know that's like, I don't know, might not be feasible, but like this seems to like fuck with the latch mechanism a lot getting fired upon.
So let's have a look here. It appears we have another very large hole in our fighter jet. And if we open this up, you can see that we also have a pretty good sized chunk missing out of our fighter jet helmet. I am an excellent marksman. All I was
Excellent. I'm excellent. But yeah, the zombie brain is gone.
aiming for was the helmet, and that's what I hit. Oh, yes. So the helmet is quite damaged. And the zombie, he just kind of got nicked. But I would say that was still, oh yeah, that's still quite a bit of damage. The 20mm round then continued on through the other side of the fighter jet and then smacked our railroad ties. Well, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I learned a lot today. I hope you did too. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments.
Unless it's an anti-tank rifle, you got a shot.
Section down below, and what you would like to see me blast with the 20mm next. Be sure and give today's video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on awesome future content. And be sure to check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those can be found in the description down below. And also don't forget to check out the limited edition Just Put a Thumb in It 4th of July shirts. Links to those are in the description down below. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time. What are you looking at?
As an Australian, I really want him to shoot giant items because we have like a thing all around Australia where there's like giant Bundy rum, giant Qatar, giant banana, giant orange, and I think that'd be fun. But I might just be Australian. Man, what did that rooster do? What did he do to him? What the fuck? Nothing. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video with me. I had fun punching a rooster, shooting an airplane. Pew 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 pewing. If you'd like to see more videos like this, gun videos or Kentucky Ballistics or, you know, violence, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, all that fun stuff. Comment below what you'd like to see. What's your favorite guns? What's your favorite? Or what would you like to see him shoot? That's a good one, yay! I'll catch you next time, my Lincolns, and I'll catch you next time, YouTube. And YouTubers, you can subscribe and become a delinquent. That's what's great, yay! Become a delinquent. What could go wrong?